lads, I'm Edison back once again with a further addition to what I'm talking about with games reviews. And I think it's a good idea to ask the question, what do we expect of games reviews? You know, why are they there? What is their purpose? There's a couple of bits to this depending on who you are. So, depending on who you are, you're going to be given a different answer. If, like me, you're a Joe Blogs customer, you're someone who likes video games, is passionate about games, who, you know, or you're a customer who's, you know, plays games now and again, we're just punters. We're just people who walk in the shop. We're Joe Blogs, you know, we're whoever it is. And we expect games reviews, you know, if we've read them, to tell us the truth. We expect them to be honest. We expect them to be informed and knowledgeable about the subject matter they're dealing with. We don't read reviews which are supposed to tell us about a game and then, you know, they have ratings, don't they? We'll get to that in a bit. But basically, as a punter, what you want to know from reading a games review is that they're telling you whether it's worth walking in that shop and spending your cash on, you know, this game or that game. That's what you want to know. Do we trust them? Well, I used to. As a kid I used to think that Zap64 were telling me the truth. I used to, you know, go by Zap64's reviews as gospel. It was, you know, my gaming Bible back in the time, and you know, obviously I've since learned that the Bible's a right load of pile of crap. But you know, as games go, that was something I looked to. It was, you know, to me, it told me the truth about video games, and it told me that when I got pocket money, on the rare occasions that I got pocket money, then if I, you know, walked into a game shop, which were like, you know, it were like Wonderland to me as a kid, then I'd be able to understand from the boxes and the displays which were good and which were crap. That Zap64 was that important to me on spending money as a kid. Do I trust them now? No. I've previously mentioned to stop buying games magazine, Games TM and Edge and things like that, because basically they were telling me that things like Burnout 3 Takedown were better than sex. That's what Games TM said, and I've played all the Burnouts. I love Burnout. You know, I get a Burnout game, I play it 100%, complete it, everything. And to me, gameplay wise, nothing beats Burnout 2. You can't beat the simplicity and the structure of point scoring by chaining boosts and stuff around tracks, which I could do back in the day. I've probably crashed now, probably can't remember, but that's the sort of thing I could do, and they were telling me that interrupting all that with crashing and stuff like that were better. Well, it's not. It's just not, and it's not in any universe, it's not. So, you know, and that's just a little example, because Burnout 3, it doesn't stop it from being a good game, it didn't stop it from being enjoyable to play, but it just didn't have the right feel of Burnout 2, and I thought, you know, what am I doing? Why am I buying these? Because it's alright to have an opinion, but when they're pushing a 10 out of 10, if I buy a 10 out of 10 game, it's got to be absolutely brilliant. It's got to blow me away. It's got to be like, yeah, I completely agree with that. They're handing out 10 out of 10s to things that are good, but that's not good enough. You know, good. If you're giving every good game 10 out of 10, we might as well give up and go home. It just became more and more plain that it was marketing, and when you get review scores and then you get an advert for a game and it says, you know the ones, there's, I think the one on PlayStation, you know, the PlayStation shop, the one in there not very long ago, and I clicked on it and it was a trailer, and and it were like 9.5 from Game Informer or whatever, 9 out of 10 from this, 9 out of 10 from that, and you only had a few seconds of the advert, but it was packed with this stuff. If I pick up my PES 2016 box, and I have a look in the top right hand corner, it says Best Sports Game 2015 Gamescom Award. So you're telling me that this, and I've selected this footage because this is all we're getting. This is the backdrop here, the match here is a playthrough I did with Leeds United in the first season of the Sky Bet Championship, and over the time of playing PES 2016 and starting with the default Master League squad, I identified a set of players basically to play to my system, my style of playing in PES, that fit the bill perfectly, that don't cost a lot of money. So basically what I've done is, and I've completed that 23 players. There are 3 youth players in there, and the rest of them I bought for not very much money, and I made a profit on selling the default Master League squad, and they're all young and they've all got potential. So over the years of playing it, I identified a starting set of players that I think I can keep and develop, and I think, you know, I don't need to buy anybody else now. That's what I think. Whether I'm right or not, I don't know. But the backdrop to this is a superstar difficulty match in the first season, just a league match against Blackburn Rovers. And as you can see, it's the 65th minute match, because I can pass it back to the goalkeeper and they don't do fuck all. And they only start to bother after 65 minutes, and as you've seen from the footage, there's kicking through the players and all that kind of stuff that it does in this mode, because the game's in cheat mode. So if I go back to that award thing, the 2015 Gamescom Best Sports Game Award, what did it mean? Did they see what I saw? Did they have a 65th minute match? Did they play it? Or did they all stand around drinking alcohol saying, you know, we'll give this an award, you know, if you X, Y, Z? What goes on? I haven't put the links into my other bit yet, but if anybody knows me and knows my channel, you know the links that I'm talking about, the Game Informer one, the, you know, Zelda Informer one, the, you know, event statuses thing. I will put them in. I didn't get a chance to put them in yesterday though, so I'll put them in tonight probably. But what do the awards mean? What do the 9 out of 10s and 10 out of 10s mean? Well, to me, as a punter, as a Joe Blogs punter, they mean advertising. That's what they mean. And when I talked about the industry needs the game review sites, and the games review sites need the industry, that's what I'm talking about, because your audience that read them are primarily interested in games. So if you can word it and if you can market it right, you've got an advertising platform, and that's what the Telegraph were doing, in my opinion. They were giving an advert. It's not a games review space, in my opinion. It's an advertisement space. That's what it is. And as Joe Blogs punters, that's how we have to look at it. Because to me, factually, that's what it is. It would be interesting to see if the games review sites could comment on this video. Maybe I will send it to them. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I will via email. Maybe I will email Metro Game Central and ask them to comment upon this video and what they see. Because this is 10 minutes superstar difficulty. There's no fiddling around with it on my part. I haven't fiddled with it. It's just straight from my PlayStation 4, and that's what you get. And anybody that's played PES will know what I'm talking about, because they can do it too. Just put the copy of the game in, just put it on 10 minutes Master League, superstar difficulty, and you will get this crap. And that's just fact. 65 minutes are up, they start to move. Do you see what I mean? It's just how the game is structured. What was that other review that I read? You can dictate the pace of the tempo of the game. I want in 65th minute matches, really. And then you start to see from that little bit of bullshit right there, which is fact, because I read it the other day and it's on Metro's link. I put the link in for the Metro site, so you can access all the reviews, you can read them, you can have a good laugh at it, you can watch this video and have a good laugh at it. Yeah, and you can plainly see from that basically they are advertising. they're trying to get, because the review comes out before the game's in the shop. So if you can generate that kind of hype and use that kind of words, you know, because all the words they use, it wasn't like it plays shit, don't buy this. It were all these fanciful words that Joe Public would have to look in a dictionary. Do you know what I mean? Some of them, not all of them. But you know, if you can do that when you're supposed to be in a position of responsibility, and like I said, as a kid, I used to think that they were telling me the truth. Well, they're not. And I think what Joe Public's got to get their head round, what we've got to understand, is this is a cash-making industry. And the benchmark, the barometer of whether it's successful or not, is how much cash they make. And every year they want to make more cash, because that's how capitalistic businesses are run, aren't they? They want more cash, they want more cash, they want more cash. And they're not hiding it, people. They're blatantly giving broken games and not talking about broken games. And then we get right to the beginning of this video where we say, what do we expect of reviewers and reviews? We expect them to be honest. Well, because one thing I expect video game reviews to do is tell me if a game is broken or not. It's that simple. If it's worth my cash, it's not broken. If it's not worth my cash, it's broken. And, you know, with the best will in the world, no one can enjoy a broken game properly, because the broken game will not function as it was originally intended to. And how can you score broken games? How do they even get rated? And nicely tying in with the rating system, which I strongly believe this, the rating system should be abolished. It only serves one group of people, and that's the people working in the industry, so they can use it in their adverts. It does not suit Joe Bloggs when Joe Bloggs walks into a shop and tries to decide, you know, the best title to spend money on. What is worth Joe Bloggs' money? Right, I'm coming to the end of the video, so I'm going to tie it up properly this time, because I sat in my chair looking at my TV screen. I'm not looking away. So I shall leave you with this footage, leave you with that food for thought. I'm going to have to continue because I want to talk about YouTubers, but in the meantime, as always, take care.
Thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.